entire team. People are watching me, so I'm trying to discreetly public vlog. My fear of public vlogging is I want to be a YouTuber creator. I want to film a little bit more, going through security and stuff, but I'm sure there will be a lot of airports and stuff this episode, as we're going to be doing a lot of flying. The first flight won't be probably that exciting because it'll be a great big normal plane, but then the rest of the flights are all like 4 or 5 person planes that are going to be kind of sketchy. Not sketchy, but like, I don't know, they're just tiny. You hit some turbulence, those things are going to feel like they fly through the roof. So we are currently in the airport looking to get a coffee, and then we're going to be flying to Yellowknife, and then from Yellowknife to Coville Lake, which is in the Arctic Circle. I think he has to give me another thriller book to read potentially. I'm gonna sharpen my brain, get on my reading grind. I think there's gonna be lots of northern lights, wildlife, polar bears, caribou, all sorts of stuff. So I don't know, it's gonna be interesting. I've never been to this part of Canada, and I've lived here forever, so hopefully it's cool. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be scary riding on these little planes. I love these little like speed walker treadmill things. It feels like you're walking like 100 miles an hour. Yeloow, it's actually not as cold as I thought it was gonna be here. It's only like minus 15, 20 Celsius. The place kind of looks sketchy. Like the airport, it looks like, I don't know if anyone's played The Thing, the board game. It looks like an outpost. Like, it reminds me of like a horror story in like an outpost. And that's what this vibe gives me at this airport. It's actually way smaller than I thought it was gonna be, but. All right, so we're off from the airport. I think we're gonna go find the hotel to check in, just so I know where it is. And then we got time to kill because we can't check in till 4 and it's 12 now, so we're gonna go find some sites and some things to do before it gets dark, which is our other issue, being that it's a super northern community. There's not a lot of daylight. They get only 4 to 5 hours of daylight. So if there's anything we need to see during the day, because I've never been to Yellowknife, so I want to see some things, we got to do it now. Right now, so we just got off the plane, and golly, that thing had some turbulence. I think that was one of the most turbulent flights I've had. I thought I was gonna have my last meal on that plane, because they did end up giving us a meal on that plane. It was a little breakfast burrito that was very mediocre, but it did tie me over because I didn't eat breakfast this morning. So that was flight 1 of 5. And then tomorrow I'm gonna be taking another flight up to Coville Lake, which is like another, I don't know, 800 kilometers north, which will actually put me inside of the Arctic Circle. There's only like 90 people that live in that town, so it's gonna be an adventure. We're gonna see some things I've never seen before. So I think this is just like a nature sitting area, but I don't know. It's either that or I'm in someone's backyard. This is Great Slave Lake, where Yellowknife is located in the Northwest Territories. I just did a drive around through Old Town, which is I guess where the city started. There's not really a park, but it's mainly just people's houses and stuff. People got like teepees set up in front of their house, and way out there it looks like there's some people fishing. I don't know if you can see those black dots. And over there, there's like, everyone's got like planes, float planes and stuff. A lot of things get flown in and out off this lake. You know, these are just like giant rocks. Everything's just built on a rock. Like, I don't even know how they can build on stuff because there's nowhere to dig. Like, look at this. It's just on a rock. So I just Googled things to do in Yellowknife, and it brought me to this gift shop. So we're gonna go look at some local gift shop. The other thing that I thought was cool is the stop signs are in English and Dene I looked up. A little bit of Dene language culture going on here. I'm thumped through it, I don't need no counter. Had to recess, potato bit my neck, I'm a drowner. I got oil, I got hell, I got wax, I got flour. A1's on for I'm feeling like Rocco. Big spinner, took a jet to Morocco. I got pretty women showing titties like I'm Flocko. I came in up. Look at the wolf. A big caribou over here. I want to see one of these guys alive somewhere. Look at this motherfucker. But they got a guest book, and look where everyone's from. China, BC, Australia, Korea, Chile, Japan. I want to grab food from this fish and chip place, being that it's close here. I've told that it's like some of the best fish and chip in Canada, and it's artic char, which is a type of fish that I've never had before. You can only get out here, I believe, so we're gonna try it quickly before the sun goes down, and then maybe we'll be in time for the Northern Lights later. Right now, Lily Court, it's a little court, right? RP coat, right? RP 24. I'm coming to the next thing to see, and this is what it says. Caution. Animal in area. wolf. So hopefully I don't get eaten by a wolf. I believe that getting eaten by a polar bear is a real fear up here, because polar bears aren't like regular bears. Like a regular bear will usually just be scared of you and leave, but if a polar bear knows you're there and it's hungry, it will eat you, and it will not stop trying to get you until it finds you and gets into whatever you're hiding in. So real fear of death by polar bear right after turbulence got to be right up there in worst ways to die, or biggest fears to die. Got some people out there fishing. I might come back here tonight. This might be a really cool place to watch the northern lights. I don't really know what this is. I think this is just like a little like park, like an access to get on the lake for people to go fishing and stuff. But there's like, I think a government building or like a museum or something behind me. So we're gonna go check it out. I haven't really done much research, don't know what it is, but we're gonna figure it out. And lunch today was amazing. Arctic char was delicious. It's kind of like salmon, but I'd say a whole lot less fishier. So if you like salmon or fish, you'll love it. I thought it was delicious. It had like a sweet like glaze on it, and it was just like delicious fish and chips. I was warned the food here is very expensive, so I did bring my own food, but I really wanted to just try it just because it's like you're here and it's kind of like a food item that's big here. So hunting and fishing is very big here. I found this cool little statue. Okay team, I'm in snow up to my knees. I went for a walk and realized I had no idea where I was going, so I came back to this building thinking the snow would be shallow by me, and the snow is not shallow. Help me. So I kind of found where I'm supposed to be going. I'm at a museum. I'm not a huge history person, but I like walking through them and like kind of browsing through some of the history. Like, okay, that's not true. I like history, but I don't like reading all the things, but I like seeing all the like artifacts and like different things and like kind of why things are the way they are.
And I'm a misfit, oh. First thing on my mind is to get rich, oh.
See, this is what I'm saying. Can you imagine one of those things running up on you? That thing's foot is the size of my head. I would look like that after meeting that. Can you imagine rocking polar bear pants? And like, who's the first guy to get polar bear pants? Because what did he wear before they had polar bear pants? So who's the first guy that got polar bear pants? And what did he wear before he had polar bear pants?
I run back like gym class.
And this is kind of insane. Like, I know mammoths existed, but like, look at that tusk. And I'm existing in a space of land where they also walked. It's kind of cool. I don't know. I think that's the cool part of history. It says a woolly mammoth was only that big, which is kind of surprising to me because it doesn't. I picture them being a lot bigger. Semi-modern day fishing hook, and then like really retro day fishing hook. This is crazy. Look at this boat. Can you imagine building that thing? I'm kind of bummed out that there's no northern lights outside yet. I don't know if it just needs to get later or if it is a little cloudy today, so I don't know if that's the deal. But hopefully, if they don't show up tonight, we don't go out tonight. They show up in Coville tomorrow, or one of these other communities we have to stop at. Dinner. This is gonna be my dinners for the next week. Dinner, lunches, and breakfast. All MRE, which I think stands for military ration something. Emergency maybe? Essentially, it's dehydrated food. You add water to them and you let them sit for 10 minutes, they cook, and that's your meal. I could get all these meals into my suitcase for a cheap price while saving space. So tonight, I think we're gonna try spicy sausage pasta. So the one thing that I didn't think about is how I'm gonna get boiling water for this. I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this coffee cup, fill up with tap water, and then put it into the microwave and see if the water gets hot enough, and then pour it into this. I don't know if that's gonna work. All right, here we go. Let's open it up. Ooh, good thing I saw this. I don't know if I would have noticed this because I definitely didn't read the instructions. So the pastas can't be bad. Like, pasta's gotta be really easy. I'd be more scared about the things like the breakfast, like there's like eggs and stuff in the breakfast one. So I think we objective completed how hot the water is because I have to use a sock to get this out of the microwave. Oh my gosh, that's hotter than a bitch's titties. All right, our 12 minutes is up. Let's see what it tastes like. Smell is kind of funky, I'm gonna be honest. It looks like real noodles though. Like, it looks good. But for future, I don't know if it would fill you on one meal. And if I had to live off these for a week, I could do it based on this flavor. I don't think I'd really go out of my way for one.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Far too kind. Yeah. Ready? Let's go. Can I get an encore? Do you want more? Cook and roll with the Brooklyn boys. So for one last time, I need y'all to roll. Yeah. Now what the hell are you waiting for? After me, there should be no more. So for one last time, nigga, make some noise. Get him, Jay. Who you know fresher than whole? Riddle me that. The rest of y'all know where I'm lyrically at. Can none of y'all mirror me back?
So I was supposed to be staying at the local bed and breakfast, and the local that drove us from the airport to the power plant said there's no room in it, and right beside the power plant there's this accommodation. But I was supposed to be coming up here with another person, and now there's only one bed here, and I have to share. So I'll probably be sleeping on the couch. How nasty this toilet is. That thing's never been clean. Welcome to camp.
This is my living quarters as of now after the situation. Bed with some questionable stainage. So we were at the airport to leave Coville. Didn't really get to see the town or the northern lights as confirmed last night. But this little shack is all the airport is. If it's like 10 people in it, that's it. I'll show you a video of the inside in a second. And we're off to Deline, which is another, not quite as north. In the Northwest Territories, a little bit more to the east, but still pretty northern. So yeah, we're on to our next place. I do really wish I could see more of the town, but it is what it is.
If I owe you, I'm blowing you to smithereens. Cocksucker, take one for your team. And I need you to remember one thing. I came, I saw, I conquer. From record sales, sold out concerts. So motherfucker, if you want this encore, I need you to scream till your lungs can soar. Come on.
Tired of being what you want me to be. Feeling so faithless, lost under the surface. Don't know what you're expecting.
Alright, so we just finished all of our work activities. We went all the way up to Coville Lake, super far north in the Arctic Circle, did our work. Didn't get to explore the town as much as I wanted, like I said. Didn't get a ton of footage there. Then we went down to Deline, which is another very small community up in the north, right on Great Bear Lake, if anyone was wondering where it was. And also quick trip in, did my work, left, got a few clips of the city, or the town, I should call it. We go back to Edmonton, so we landed here in Northern Wales, we're sleeping one night, and then we're gonna fly all the way back to Edmonton. So we're nearing the end of our trip, just got dropped off at the Airbnb. They told me that the key is in the barbecue, so I hope it is here. Would you look at that? Guys, this place looks amazing. Look at this log cabin vibe. Look at this brick wall. I'll give you guys a little bit more of a tour. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at it. Just look at it. They got a little nice bench here. Bookshelves. Up the stairs. I'm assuming that's where the beds are. But I did want to let people know before we get to the rest of the house tour, I did start Dark Matter, a new audiobook. I wanted to read more of it this trip and try and finish it, but because the airplanes were so gosh darn loud that we were on, because they were all these small little planes and they just rumble through the whole thing, I couldn't even hear what was playing in my audiobook in my headphones. It seems good so far. I think I'm only about 2 or 3 hours into 11. It's a total 11 hours. It seems fairly good. There's a little kidnapping situation going on. It seems good. It feels better than the last one, like the start of it, because it feels like they're not repeating everything.
Turn up the lights in here, baby. Extra bright, I want y'all to see this. Turn up the lights in here, baby.
Also, I didn't vlog my meals much because I was sharing a room, as mentioned before, with someone, and I just thought it was really weird to vlog with them there. The one I had last night was really good. It was like a rice stir fry, like Mexican like burrito bowl type thing, and it was really good. I would eat it every day. The first one I had in Yellowknife, that pasta, not good. But the rice bowl was actually really good. I would try it. So tonight, I think I'm gonna try a different brand. We're gonna try chicken pad thai, and we're gonna make that right now and see what it tastes like. Tomorrow, I haven't tried this one either. Breakfast grits. And then I'm excited to see what an apple cinnamon crisp will taste like. So I'm also slightly hangry little elf, because I have not eaten, all I had today was a granola bar. Now we wait. Yeah, let's try this one out, baby. Get a little stir-ski. It smells really good. That one's actually kind of fire. Okay, so I don't know if it's the brand, because this is a new brand, or if it's just a flavor, but this is the best one so far. I could literally eat this instead of cooking dinner some nights. The other weird thing that they do in the north of Canada, which I found out today, so in this town, it's bigger than the last two communities that we've been in. I would say it's probably like the second or third largest in the Northwest Territories, but they still don't have car rentals here. So I needed to get to my Airbnb. You rent from a local, and they just leave their car at the airport with their keys in the ignition. Doors unlocked, keys in the ignition, parked up front of the airport. You phone them, they say, yeah, it's the blue one out front. You go in there, keys are in there, you just throw your bags in, turn the keys, drive away. Like, what if someone just stole your rental car, or the person's car? Like, all right, team, next morning, we are just about to get picked up and head back to the airport. I'm having my breakfast, which is a kung pao chicken, another one of these dehydrated meals, and this one is not good either. I'm just kind of starting to think that it's this brand, because I had a different brand last night for dinner, and it was really good. So, I don't know, it must be a spice they use, or like, this one tastes really like MSG, or MSGE, if that's a thing. Possibly, I don't know. They all have like this weird kind of taste in them from that brand. So the dehydrated meals weren't a complete bust. I just got to find the right brands. Yeah, I think this is gonna be close to the end of the vlog, unless something super exhilarating happens at the airport or on the way there. This was our trip to the Arctic Circle. I'm still finishing Dark Matter. Update you guys on a second vlog for that. But other than that, unless something crazy happens, I will see you in the next one. Bye. Oh, and one last note, we never got to see the Northern Lights, which is like the whole reason why I wanted to come up here and was excited for, was to see the Northern Lights. And like, these would have been prime conditions to see it. Like, these isolated communities with low light pollution, we're super far north, like where the Northern Lights are supposed to be the best. We didn't get to see them, so I don't know. Work's already asking me to go back, and I'm not even home yet. So potentially another trip up here, and maybe we'll get to see the Northern Lights. Now, this time for real. Peace.